The Maya people were one of the two known Mesoamerican cultures to make painted books. The Dresden Codex is one of the last remaining books of the Maya culture. In modern-day society, books can be printed in minutes. However, the Maya hand-painted every glyph and illustration. Made in Chichen Itza by the Yucatan Maya, the Dresden Codex is the oldest known book made in prehistoric Americas known to historians today. It is of ritualistic, divinatory, and calendrical nature, and has been a useful tool for scholars to learn more about the Maya culture. The Dresden Codex is estimated to have been made in the 11th or 12th century during the post-classic Maya era, but it is assumed to be a copy of a previous text made 300 to 400 years earlier. In the 16th century, it mysteriously made its way to Europe, where it was purchased by the Royal Dresden Library in 1793. This book was thought to have been a gift sent by Hernan Cortes to King Charles V of Spain. The Codex amazingly survived water damage during World War II, when the Dresden Library caught fire. Unlike a regular book, bound at a spine, this one opens like an accordion with 39 pages that have text on the front and back. The paper is made from the inner bark of a fig tree, then covered with a lime paste, like stucco, for a smooth coating, making it durable so it would last longer. When unfolded, the paper is approximately 11 feet long and 20 centimeters tall. The artist may have made the book folded and small in order to be able to easily transport it. The text is written using vegetable dye of red, black, and Mayan blue with fine brushes and is carefully written, which could mean that the text is likely important and meant to be read easily. The text and illustrations are done by at least 6 or 8 different scribes, if not more, all having their own distinct writing style. The glyphs are organized on block patterns, some being thicker and more well-defined than others. After years of studying Mayan texts on pottery and stone carvings, the Codex's content became more clear. The Codex gives us insight to the calendar, rituals, and Maya astrological findings. Some rituals involve the Mayan New Year, which was a very important holiday in the Maya culture. It also included mention of cycles of Venus, Mars, the Moon, and the Sun, as well as good days to begin agriculture. To the Maya, science and religion go hand in hand, as they had an impressive mathematics system and a sophisticated understanding of astronomy. They not only created an accurate calendar, but used it to track the movements of the planets and stars. The Maya made many astronomical prophecies in the Codex for years to come, and many of the movements in the first 200 years after its creation were correct. Those few who were able to use or read this text may have only been rulers or priests, as the context suggests. Looking at pages 57 and 58 of the Codex, some scholars believe that the text is describing an eclipse or eclipses ending with a long count date, and page 59 is a multiplication table. On page 75 is an important illustration of the apocalypse. This illustration has intricate detail on the figures and water motifs. With a solid red background, a common trend in other Maya works is that the glyphs from the text reoccur in the illustrations. A giant crocodile whose body creates a band in the sky. The solar and lunar eclipse glyphs are attached to the crocodile with water streaming from both. In the center of the image is the goddess Chakshel. In this image, she is in her destructive aspect because of the crossed bones and clawed feet and hands. She is depicted wearing a serpent headdress and is overturning a vessel of water. Depicted beneath the goddess Chakshel is the god El, with weapons that identify him as the Venus god. The god El has a screech owl on top of his head, which is associated with the underworld. This page is where most researchers focus because it seems to be predicting the apocalypse to land on December 21st, 2012, which, fortunately, was incorrect. Regardless of the truth behind the prediction, the illustration does depict a flood and could be the one mentioned in the Popol Vuh. However, some scholars believe that this is not the destruction of the world, but rather a rebirth or starting a new cycle, because the figure at the bottom, God El, has been associated with other creation scenes in the Mayan history. The Dresden Codex is the best preserved of the 4 known Mayan codices left in existence today, though there may have been hundreds more during the time of the Maya. The scientific and religious context of the Dresden Codex shows us the level of sophistication the Maya had. Astrology, agriculture, religion, and their calendar system are all examples of this. Though there are inaccuracies in the Codex, it is still a valuable resource to researchers and historians, as it continues to help us better understand the Maya culture and history.